Hi, guys. Good morning, or I guess in your case, afternoon. I'm really sorry that I'm not here to help you guys with this, but I really appreciate you guys being very kind and considerate to Mrs. Williams while I am away. Um, so, yesterday, she had you guys get started on your dodecahedron planning. So, this is what you guys were given yesterday. Um, I asked that you take time to do your pre planning so that when you move on to your next step, you know exactly what you're going to be doing. There's just a couple of other steps that I want you to go through, and I'm going to show you those today so that you have some of your questions answered. So let's look at these really quickly. This is Macy's. Sorry, Macy, I kind of picked yours out at the top of the pile, but you did a really great job. Um, So each of these sides is a representation of a 3D form that you're going to be putting together. You will be handed a sheet of paper like this, and your job today is to transfer your ideas from each side to this page. So essentially, you can go and just look at your plan page. Like side one, she decided she liked sports, so then she would transfer that information right here. The only thing I'm going to tell you about this is that all you are supposed to be doing today is concentrating on your designs, nothing else. Okay. Um, there's a couple of requirements for this, and I'm going to write these down so that you have it in front of you. Okay. So the first one, and I want you to really please pay attention to this because this will be part of your final grade. Okay. Um, you need to have a background, whether that's a design, a pattern, or a color. That's up to you. But your design should take up the majority of everything that is within the dotted lines, so the pentagram shape. Don't worry about adding any design outside on these flaps. These will be where you will be connecting your 3D um, project together. So as you're designing, try to keep it all within the dotted lines. Fill it all the way out to the dotted lines, but within the dotted lines. Okay. Second one, the second thing that you're going to be graded on is your effort with your images. Please take time to go through, use a pencil, sketch what you want to have. So, like on her sports, she said, I like sports. So I'm going to take my time and I'm going to make sure to make my writing as neat as I can. And then I also want to add the images that she planned or that you planned on the front. So here's a tennis ball. Okay, so I'm just getting the initial shapes down. Here's a football. And notice I am not pushing down very hard with my pencil. That way I can go back through, and if I need to, I can make some adjustments. Um, but as soon as you get all of the aspects that you want done on your first page, this is when I'm going to ask you to kind of go back and use color and use an ink pen to ink in what you are creating. So get all of your lines inked. We've worked a little bit on these. Remember, as we've done those other projects this trimester, you were asked to go back and make sure to ink. One of the things that I also asked you to do was to, after that was done, make sure to remove any pencil lines that may have been left behind, just like so. And I am going to make available to you guys some markers. So before you guys get too excited about this, um, these are mine. These are my personal ones that I want you guys to please take care of. But use these to kind of give you the vivid colors for this final project. Okay, so there's not enough for each table to have a handful. You guys are going to have to plan strategically which colors you're wanting and then go from there. Okay, guys? Please be willing to share so that everybody gets an opportunity to get what they would like color wise on their projects. That makes sense? Hopefully. um, so make sure to be very strategic about your colors. Um, take the time once you're done to go back and ink over the top. Notice I've got just the shapes done. Now I want to go back and I want to do the outlines. That way we have some really crisp, clean lines. It looks very intentional and it's more of a finished product. Okay. Okay. Thank you for your patience with my technical difficulties. I had to kind of restart over with the video because my volume cut out. Um, so I made a little more progress on this than what was here last, but I still want to go ahead and point out to you some of the things that are required for this assignment. If you remember, I was working on getting the lettering inked, the images colored and inked, and then I started mentioning that one of the requirements for these designs is that you have a background, whether that be a design, a pattern, or a color, that's up to you. I have on this example a solid color. If you wanted to go a step further and do like a gradation of color. So if you're not sure what that means, let me show you an example. So this would be considered just a solid, but then you could start adding like some darker blue to it so that it goes from light to dark. And you have kind of this different value of hues. You could have kind of some visual interest just based on the coloration of your background. Does that make sense? Okay, the other thing I wanted to kind of show you was a variation of a pattern as your background. So on this one, I'm not sure you can see it very well, so I'm going to scroll in just a little bit. On this one, in the background, I did some patterns that are Zentangle-like. I drew out the pattern, I went back and inked it, and then I colored the interior of it so that you have a background that is a pattern. And I would have done that for each of these other sections that are not part of the background. Does that make sense? One of the things that I also would have done is gone back and maybe even possibly colored around the tacos. It's up to you. However, just make sure that when you are doing your project that you refer back to these two things. You need to have a background, whether that's again a design, a pattern, or a color, your choice, and you need to make effort with your images. Make sure you're drawing them out, that you get them where you want them before you ink them and color them, because that will be part of your graded assignment. Guys, I really hope you have fun with this. Work on trying to get your 12 sides done today. If you don't, no worries. We have time tomorrow. and I will go ahead and give you some um, constructionist instruction tomorrow. Be good. I will see you guys later. Bye bye.